Let me encourage you with something today. Maybe you felt like just throwing in the towel. Maybe you felt like just giving up. I've had enough. I can't go on another day. Well, a lot of people have been there. I know I've been there many times. I wanted to give up. I can't tell you how many times I gave up ministry, but I didn't because I just couldn't give up until I reach and attain that goal that God had called me for. See, God's called you to something. Maybe it's not preaching. Maybe it's being a mom. Maybe it's working, holding a job, taking care of your family. And when you want to give up, you just can't because you have to go until you've accomplished what God's called you to do. I like the Bible verses that says that Jesus was looking for a sheep. And he looked and he looked and he looked. And it doesn't say that he looked so long that he just quit because he couldn't find it. There's one little word in that passage in Luke chapter 15. It says he looked until he found it. And you know what we've been called to do? We've been called to fulfill what God's called us to do. What is our mission here on earth? Don't give up. You just keep going until. Such a key word in the Christian life. You go until you've accomplished what God's called you to do. You know, there was a blind man on the road to out of Jericho, and as Jesus and his group of followers and a multitude of people were leaving Jericho, there was this blind man on the side of the road, and he shouted out, Jesus, Son of God, have mercy on me. But, they just kept moving because eventually some people told him to shut up. But he didn't shut up. He kept shouting. And he shouted and he shouted and he shouted until Jesus stood still. That's what it says in that passage. Jesus said, stop everything. Shh, be quiet. I hear somebody calling my name. And because he kept shouting, the Bible says Jesus stood still. Listen, you keep shouting until. Listen, keep shouting. Keep pressing on. Keep going forward. That next shout may be the one where Jesus stands still to come to your rescue. Have a great day. God bless you.